Ashley, this is about Liam, the guy you brought over the other day. Do you really plan on marrying a man like him out of everyone else? What? Well, he and I have already talked about wanting to get married, and I explained the same thing to you all. Remember how when I said I was bringing him over to the house, I said that this would be because he and I plan on marrying? I know that. I wasn't questioning that. But you haven't heard anything from him yet about how he's not interested in you, or you in him, leading to you guys no longer being engaged? Huh? Well, he might not want to really get married to you is all now. Would you please not talk about things like that when he and I are getting closer to our wedding? I was so happy to finally find a man that understands me the way I want to be understood. And you're going to talk about our relationship like that? And by the way, he would never just leave me for another woman like that at this time. I know. When both your dad and I met with him, we could tell he wasn't that kind of man. I'm not trying to talk badly about him or your guys' relationship, especially when he seems like a really decent man. Well, that better be the case. Then tell me, why are you asking questions like that, making it seem as though we would ever be calling off the engagement? Well, about all that, Ashley, I would like you to give Liam to Raina. Huh? Don't say huh to me like you can't hear or something. I really feel as though Raina and Liam would be a far better couple. That's why I'm wanting you to end your engagement with him right now, and then let Raina have him instead. Wait. We had a family meeting, and in that meeting we decided that Liam would be getting married to Raina, so you have no other option now. So starting today, Liam is Raina's fiancé. What the heck are you saying? I think your cute little sister is a far better match for someone like Liam, and I want them to get married. You are her older sister, and you want what's best for her, right? So you give Liam to her right now. Do you think Liam's going to be okay with something as ridiculous as this? Oh, well, I've never heard of there being a man on this planet who doesn't want to marry Raina. I mean, she's said to be the #1 most beautiful woman in this part of the state, right? In other words, this means he has no reason to stay with you over her. I have no idea what's gotten into you, Mom. No matter what you try and do, this marriage between Liam and Raina is going to happen. It's already been decided on. I'm going to talk with Liam right now about how I want him to leave you, so please do not get in the way of your little sister's love. And from now on, you are no longer to meet with Liam. Understand? Liam, has anyone from my family begun talking to you about anything yet? Anything that would really make you feel awkward about them?
Ashley, I was just about to text you asking about it.
So this means... so my mom has started to talk to you then?
Yeah, I was just getting a boatload of texts from your mom, and they're all so, well, let's just say I never knew someone out of your family could act that way. She wants me to start going out with your little sister. I didn't know how to respond back to her text after she said all that to me, so I was planning on asking you about it first.
She just started with that?
I'm not blaming any of this on your Ashley, but this was all a little... I just don't know what to think about your parents now. Especially your mom.
I see. I guess she did end up getting your phone number back when you came over to their house the other day. I'm sorry, Liam. I was hoping I could warn you in some way before she got to you. Her and I were just texting one another about it, and she told me she was going to tell you about it. I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize for that.
Huh?
I told you that you're not to blame for this. And the only reason I was comfortable with giving your mom my number at the time is in case we ever needed to talk to one another about our marriage or the wedding. Had I known this would come from her, I would never have gave her my real number.
Just in case you need to talk to her?
Actually, when I came over to your house that day, your mom said to me that you had a cute little sister, and that I should be marrying her instead of you. And then she told me that she'd get you to leave me so I could have my chance with her. And well, at the time, I thought she was just joking, and wanted my number for when we got closer to the wedding and all that. But today, I realised that I was totally wrong about her, and she wasn't kidding. She actually thinks that I'd be willing to just leave you and go to your little sister instead. I've never even met your little sister in person, let alone talk to her. What if she's not even close to the type of woman I want to be with?
I see.
This is all just... Well, I never thought this could get so far out of hand. She didn't seem serious at the time, but now I realise that she has me in her trap. I guess I never had a fiancé before, and I've never gone to meet my fiancé's parents before talking about marriage, so I assumed something like that was a joke to lighten the mood. I would have never imagined she was being serious about it. What a way to change my views on life, when you and I are this close to being husband and wife.
I'm sorry.
You do not have to apologise to me, alright? I feel like I could just tell your mom no to all that right now, but for some reason I'm getting this feeling that a simple no won't be enough to stop her.
Yeah, you are totally right about that. When my little sister asks for something, or it's something my mom wants for her, there is nothing that'll stop them from getting it.
Seriously?
For the time being, you should just go find somewhere to hide.
Find somewhere to hide?
I'm sure that they'll be able to look up the address you live at, so you might want to find a place to lay low for a bit. They already know my address as well, so you might need to go find a friend or something to ask.
Then let me go ask one of my cousins if they'll let me stay at their place for a week or two.
Are you planning to ask your cousin from the next town over, who's in college now?
That's the one. I work freelance after all, so there's no need for me to worry about commuting to work or anything. And I'm sure I can give a good reason as to why I want to go stay with them for a while. And I don't think your mom or sister will ever be able to find me there.
That's true.
Alright, I'm going to ask right away. Right. I'm almost done with my lease at my current apartment, so we could probably start moving my things out of it to prepare for the move.
That'll require a lot more work, though.
Don't worry about it. When I've got things handled, I'll get back in touch with you.
Alright, be careful, okay? Ashley, I can see that you actually went through with the plan and broke up with Liam. I'm very happy that you listened to me. You have finally become the kind and thoughtful older sister Raina deserves to have. What? What are you talking about? I have not broken up with Liam yet. Huh? No way. You're still going on about how you want him to be your husband? Oh my god. There is something seriously wrong with you, isn't there? What are you doing? I'm not going to let you get away with stealing your little sister's happiness from her. Wait, what are you talking about, Mom? Like, really? They haven't even met one another in person yet, so how would she know if she really likes him or not? Remember? That time when I brought Liam over to see you and Dad, Raina was out of the house and she never came home to see him. I know, and their time to meet one another will come soon, but I know that when they meet, there will be no problems and things will continue on smoothly. What? Continue smoothly? Or are they actually going to meet? Back when Liam came over to our house with you, and after that, while he was walking home, your dad tailed him to find out where he's living. Huh? So I've had Raina go over there today, and she's going to meet with him right now. Are you joking? You had Dad stalk him like that? Well, you were never telling us where his address was then. We have to know what part of town he's in, considering he's going to be dating our little girl soon. What the heck? You guys are all messed up. Jeez, I'm glad I went ahead and messaged you today on a whim. Well, no matter what you have to say about it now, you're too late. I sent Raina over to his place, and I'm having her live with him now. She's living with him? I didn't want you thinking this was going on just yet, so I lied about her not meeting with him, but in reality, she's been over there for 3 days now. I can't believe things went so well for her that she's already being allowed to stay in his home. Is that right? That's right. All right, then. I get it now. So you guys are no longer going to need $2,000 a month from me, right? Huh? $2,000? What's that all about? Oh, you didn't forget about that, did you? 7 years ago, the company that Dad had been working for went bankrupt, and it took him a while to find himself another job thereafter. But that new job happened to pay him a lot less than what he was making before, so you guys asked me to start sending you both $2,000 a month. What? You've still been doing that for us? Well, you guys never told me to stop that, so I've just kept on sending you guys the money. All right? To be honest, I thought that $2,000 was a lot to be giving you guys each month, but back then you had Raina going to college, and she also had a lot of costs that needed to be paid for as well, right? And since I'm making a decent amount of money myself, I thought it'd be fine to send that kind of money to you all, as it was for the family. But now that you are having your younger daughter leave the house and she'll be cared for by her soon-to-be husband, that must mean that you and Dad don't need my money anymore. Dad should be making pretty decent money by this point, so I see no need to send you the $2,000 each month anymore. So in other words, there is no point in me sending you a monthly allowance. Right? Wait a second. Wait, we can go get Raina back right now. Huh? And you no longer have to leave Liam for us. So actually, can you please keep sending us that $2,000 every month? What? I'm going to talk with Raina right now, so please keep that money coming to us. Liam, you going to your cousin's place and moving out of your apartment was a perfect move.
Huh? Did something happen then?
Apparently my dad followed you home after you came over to visit my parents that one time, and he found out where you were living.
Like he stalked me?
And, well, later on they had Raina go to that apartment to go and see you.
What the... That's terrifying.
And, well, my mom told me that Raina and you have started living with one another.
Huh? I'm not living with her at all, though.
Yeah, I know that. But if my mom thinks she's out living with you, then where is Raina gone? And what?
What's wrong? Do you have an idea?
I just got a notification saying that Raina tried calling me. It's rare for her to ever call me like that. And whenever I try talking to her, she never answers.
I'm sure it has to do with what's been going on here, so try calling her back.
I'll do that, I guess. Here we go. Ashley, we have no idea what happened to Raina or where she went. Do you have any idea? What? And also, Liam wasn't over at that apartment either. I thought that she was living in that place with Liam this whole time. Did they both run away from me? Well, you're half correct. What? But she's not with Liam right now. What? What do you mean by that? I heard about it from Raina herself. You knew that Raina had a boyfriend this whole time, right? Her boyfriend happens to work as a contractor, so you assumed that he wasn't making all too much money. So you tried to get in the way of those two and find a way to get them to break up so that you could have her go out with Liam. Well, that's... because if she had to marry some dirty contractor who's barely making any money, I'd feel so bad for her. And that's why you wanted her going out with my fiancé? I'm not going to let her go out with some nasty-looking hick from who knows where when Liam is a far better man. Well, listen to this, Mom. I happen to know where he's working as a contractor. The place happens to be known throughout the state as one of the best places to work with very good pay and benefits. What? And the CEO happens to be liked by pretty much all his workers. Of course, doing the work all of the workers have to do is hard on their bodies, but he makes sure everyone has good health insurance and that they get enough PTO each year to take time to relax themselves. I think that he's actually working for a really, really good company right now. But in your case, you never bothered to look up the company he's at and just chose to think he was poor. I never thought there'd be a company like that, though, for contractors. Had you just listened to Raina, you might have understood things better. But it's too late for that now. Too late? About Raina. When you told her to go to Liam's place and stay with him, she took that opportunity and ran back to her boyfriend's house and has been staying there. She ran to his place? They happen to be getting married now, too. Why do you know all of this stuff? Well, because yesterday I got a call from her and we spent all night talking with one another about what's been going on. I'm sure that you and Dad tried your best to get her to have the life you wanted her to have, and I was jealous at times about how much you cared about her, but not me. However, now I feel as though neither Raina or I was ever really cared for by you or Dad. And, well, last night I was finally able to hear about Raina's feelings as well. Ashley, about that $2,000, will you... Wait, are you serious? Now, of all times? Well, look, your dad's income hasn't really gone up at all since he was first hired, and, the cost of living here. It's just the two of you now, so you should be more than capable of living there with Dad's income. But wait, you're not working at all, right? Me? Why are you surprised? This is your time to be a good wife and find yourself a job, right? As for Raina and I, we have both found ourselves amazing men to make our husbands. That means we are no longer going to be letting you into our lives, causing us all kinds of trouble. All right? A few days after that, my mom and dad got a divorce. My dad wasn't making a whole lot of money with his current job, and my mom didn't like that about him. But when he brought up the idea that she could get a job as well, she flipped out. Anyway, the way I found out that those two would be getting a divorce was right after I told them about how Raina and I would both be getting married. My mom apologized to me then and said she'd be leaving my dad for good. You might think that after this, my whole family fell apart, but right after my mom told us about the divorce, my dad, sister, and I started a group chat where we keep one another up to date on our lives. Now that Raina's married, she's asked us to come to her wedding in the next couple of months. And even said that Liam was invited too, so that means she can see him for the first time. But I had to make sure she knew not to have that wedding around my wedding because Liam and I are set to be wed in the next month. And just today we went to the courthouse and handed in our marriage forms. When it comes to my dad, he no longer has to support another adult on his income. And as a single man, he's actually making enough to support himself comfortably. He told us he plans on selling the house soon and using that money to move into a smaller house where he won't have to clean as much of it. As for my mom herself, she didn't have any parents to go back to, and all of her brothers and sisters lived too far away and weren't that close to her to begin with. Out of all the stages in her life, she's learning how hard it is to live on your own in her late 60s. She has a job of her own now, but it's only enough to afford her a one-bedroom apartment and a little bit of food each week. And since she's now living life like the poor, she spends all day and night in her room, crying and crying and crying.
Hey, Shane. Your wedding ceremony's over now, right? What time do you think you'll get home? Hello?
What the hell? You do know it's my wedding night. Could be a little more considerate.
Oh, wow, don't be so mean.
What do you want?
Like I just asked you, your wedding's over now, right?
Well, yeah, it is.
So, what time are you gonna get home?
By home, do you mean my parents' place?
Duh, obviously.
I won't be going back to my parents' place anymore.
Huh?
Or rather, I'll go back for things like birthdays and New Year or any other time I have a particular reason to. But starting from today, I'll be living with my wife Zoe in our new house.
What?
Is it really that surprising? When two people get married, unless one moves into the other's family home, they get a new place together, right?
I guess so. You make a good point. Where do you live now, then?
I think we're about 50 minutes from my folks' place by car now. The new house is about halfway between my work and Zoe's parents' place.
Oh, that makes sense. It's because you're close to your wife's parents' house, then. I guess that makes sense. She is the daughter of a company CEO, after all, right? It never dawned on me before, but thinking about it now, I guess this was always a possibility. I see.
What?
Huh?
Is there something wrong with me moving out of my parents' place? I just got married, for Pete's sake.
Well, think about it. We always lived across the street from each other until now. The kind of distance we could always go to each other's houses when we felt like it. Now, we won't be able to meet unless we schedule beforehand.
I guess you're right. We live pretty far apart, huh? Sorry, but I gotta go. Zoe's calling me from the living room.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'll message you again soon. Hey, Shane. When will you guys be going on your honeymoon?
What the? Where did that come from all of a sudden?
You already decided on a date, right?
We're planning on going 6 months from now. It's still in the preparation phase.
Wow, that's a surprisingly long time away.
We both have to plan around our work schedules.
If your wife's the daughter of a CEO, she must have a lot of money. I bet you're going abroad, right? Right?
Well, since you mention it, we are considering Mexico.
Oh, I knew it!
I plan on covering the expenses myself, though.
Oh, really? Actually, fair enough. I suppose it would be kind of rude to go freeloading off the in-laws when you've barely been married 5 minutes.
Anyway, Tanya, what exactly does any of this have to do with you?
Surely that goes without saying. I'm gonna be coming along for your honeymoon after all.
What?
Is it really that surprising?
Of course it is! What the hell are you talking about? Do you know what honeymoon means? This holiday is for me and Zoe. If you're struggling, the definition is, quote, a holiday spent together by a newly married couple. Couple! Why in God's name would we take you with us?
Huh? You mean I can't come?
Obviously!
Wow, what the hell? I just got my passport renewed for this.
You did what?
Oh, wait a sec. By any chance, is Zoe next to you right now?
Yeah, she is. Why?
Ah, I see. Say no more. I understand.
You understand what exactly?
I mean, I understand the situation. It's okay. You don't have to say anything else. See ya.
I have no idea what's going on.
Hey there, Shane. So guess where I am right now? I'm in the airport. Your mom told me what day you'd be departing. Oh, thank God she replied. But Shane, what am I going to do with you? I always knew you could be a bit of an airhead sometimes, but to think you'd forget to tell me what day we were leaving for our honeymoon. You silly Billy. You have to be more careful from now on. Okay, sweetie. I mean, it is true we were never going to be able to travel together. I guess you probably couldn't get away for long enough to send me a message, right? Oh, come to think of it, it makes sense that you didn't, so I understand. Actually, it's fine. Don't sweat it. Let's meet up after we both arrive at Mexico City Airport, okay? I'm boarding the plane soon, so I gotta switch my phone off now. Be careful not to get found out by Zoe. See you on the other side, my sweet honey pumpkin. Mwah.
What the hell? Tanya? You're in Mexico City Airport? What? Tell me this is a joke. Tanya! No way. You're not actually trying to come with us on our honeymoon, are you? My messages aren't even marked as read. Did you already switch your phone off? This isn't good, Tanya!
Shane, sweetie pie, I just landed at Mexico City Airport. Woohoo! I'm in Mexico. This is my first time ever going abroad. When can you meet me, Shane? Don't worry, I understand if she's watching you. I'm having a coffee in a cafe at the airport right now. Let me know as soon as you can, okay? My precious sugar dumpling.
Tanya! Where the heck are you?
Shane, baby. I already told you I'm waiting for you in Mexico City Airport.
Holy mother of God. You actually went and did it. For real, you actually got on a plane and flew to Mexico, didn't you?
Well, duh. Anyway, where are you, Boo Boo Bear? When do you think you'll be able to give her the slip and meet me?
Meet you? That's obviously not gonna be happening.
What? Oh, no way. Did Zoe find out about us?
Find out about us? What is there to find out? I showed Zoe all the messages you've been sending me. She knows everything and has done so this whole time.
What?
You started bombarding me with even more messages than before as soon as me and her got married. So out of consideration for her, I showed her everything. She's my wife, and I didn't want her to worry.
Huh? Wait a second. You showed her? What have you done? Does this mean she already knows about our relationship?
Our relationship? You're just a childhood friend who grew up in the same neighborhood as me. What exactly is there for her to know about?
Huh? Wait, but we might have started out as childhood friends, but our relationship blossomed into a flourishing romance and we became lovers and soulmates.
What?
We started dating 2 years ago when you came home after all that time away, when I confessed my eternal love for you.
No. Come on, Tanya, that confession. You know I rejected you, don't you?
What?
I told you I was already dating someone.
Yeah, you did, but you meant me, right?
What the heck? That doesn't even make sense. No!
Huh?
I was dating Alice, my old coworker at the time. I didn't explain the situation in explicit detail because you didn't know her. But she was the reason I ended up going to a university so far away from home. I didn't want me and her to lose contact, so I picked the same one as her. We broke up eventually. Then after that, I finally met Zoe. Anyway, the crucial point here is that me and you have never dated, Tanya. I don't understand what could have possibly given you the idea we ever did.
No. This can't be.
You probably won't think of it as proof of my non-interest. But do you remember how after you confessed to me, I didn't message you a single time? In spite of that, you messaged me constantly, like a woman possessed. I was actually impressed at the mental strength it must have taken to continue messaging someone who turned you down like that. Totally undaunted. I wouldn't have imagined in a million years you were in the grips of a misunderstanding of such epic proportions.
What is this? This can't be happening.
Besides, how do you rationalize me marrying Zoe if me and you were dating? If we really were lovers and soulmates, do you think I'd make a grade A scumbag move of cheating on you? And not only that, but marrying her too? Surely that would make me the most despicable guy on the planet. Not once, not even for a second, have I ever had any intention of doing something so dishonest.
Well, isn't it obvious? Zoe's the daughter of a CEO, right? Which means you're set to become CEO one day. And if you did, you'd be in a situation to provide for and look after me forever. I thought you married into riches for my sake, so me and you could be happy without ever having to worry about money again.
You thought what? Lord, give me strength. I didn't marry Zoe because she's the daughter of a CEO, you know.
Really?
Anyway, what makes you think I'm gonna be the CEO one day in the first place?
Huh? Well, because Zoe's the CEO's daughter, of course.
Zoe's little brother's gonna be taking over her dad's company.
What?
I found out she was the daughter of a CEO after we started dating. That's not what drew me to her. And to be honest, I wouldn't care if she wasn't. Plus, the company I work for has no relation to her dad's company whatsoever.
What?
Besides, Zoe's motto is, "A penny saved is a penny earned." She's the most down-to-earth, frugal person I know. It's true she was raised in an affluent household, but in spite of that, her parents made a point of not spoiling her excessively while bringing her up. Being fully aware of that, I have no intention of freeloading off of her parents. I have no interest in their money, and of course, Zoe feels the same.
I can't believe it. I was so sure. I was convinced the only reason you were dating her was because she was the daughter of a CEO.
You jump to so many illogical conclusions. Anyway, this kind of begs the question, doesn't it? It would appear my childhood friend of over 20 years thinks of me as nothing more than a cold, calculating, scheming con man. To be honest, that's probably the most shocking thing about all this.
No,
To return to the subject, you're at Mexico City Airport now, right? Basically, you flew to Mexico.
Yes, I am. Listen, Shane, please. I understand everything you told me about Zoe, but at the very least, will you please come and meet me?
Impossible.
Why?
It's physically impossible. Me and Zoe are in Arizona right now.
What? But you said you were going on honeymoon to Mexico.
There was a change of plan.
A change of plan?
Neither of us were able to take enough time out of our work schedules to make the honeymoon as long as we wanted. We thought it'd be a little selfish for us to leave the state while our companies needed us so badly. In the end, we decided to do a tour of the Grand Canyon instead. We're staying at a hotel on the outskirts right now.
What? You've got to be kidding me. What am I supposed to do now? I don't even have a hotel booked for tonight. And what am I going to do with all these bags of rose petals I was going to sprinkle on our bed?
What? You went abroad and you didn't even book a hotel? Rose petals?
I thought you would have booked one for us already.
Oh wow, you really are something else.
They might speak English in Mexico, but it's still really difficult for me to get on by my own here. I don't know what to do or where to go.
Maybe so, but what do you expect me to do? You know I clearly refused your offer of coming along with me and my wife on our honeymoon, so you shouldn't really be there in the first place, should you? I hate to say it, but you only have yourself to blame.
Oh.
Hey, Zoe just called my mom.
Huh? She did?
Apparently the date for what you thought was the day of our departure for the honeymoon in Mexico was actually the time we departed for the Grand Canyon.
No way.
My mom said she's gonna call your mom and explain the situation.
No, wait. Don't do that, please.
Why not? Zoe's trying to help you out here.
But I told my mom I was going on holiday with a friend.
This isn't the time to be worrying about something like that.
But
Zoe thinks you should try calling the American Embassy in Mexico and explaining the ridiculous mess you got yourself into. There's a chance they might be able to help you.
Huh?
I'm sorry, but that's the only advice that we can give you. We're praying for your safe return to the States. Good luck. I heard that even after more shenanigans, Tanya did somehow or other manage to make it back to America at the end. However, after reaching her emotional and psychological limit, she ended up going off with some sleazy pickup artist guy who approached her at the airport. Apparently, they went for a few drinks at a nearby bar and had a one-night stand at a hotel. After returning home to America, the two of them continued dating on a long-distance basis. She fell head over heels for him, and after 6 months, flew over to his country. Unfortunately for her, after realizing the address the guy gave her for the place the two of them were supposed to be staying at was fake, once again, she went home in tears. Tanya's parents, who had finally reached their wits' end with their daughter's behavior, officially banned her from traveling within or outside of America. She quit her job, and I heard that now she's a full-blown NEET, who does nothing but sit at home playing romance games and complaining about her disillusionment with love.